What are 10 questions I get from a lot of buyers about Punta Gorda and Port Charlotte? Today we're going to go over them. Yo, I'm Adrienne, a longtime Florida realtor, and I'm here to help you get your Florida life. Happy Wednesday, everyone. If you're new here, new videos come out every Wednesday. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video, 5 questions buyers must ask when buying real estate. This one's a little different. I'm going to do 10 rapid fire questions that I get about the area, more general questions from buyers. Let's get started. Number 1, what does Punta Gorda mean? Punta Gorda means fat point. If you look at us on a map, we are kind of a fat point coming out of the land. Number 2, what does Port Charlotte mean? Is there a port? Was there a port? Not really. Back in the day, in the 50s and 60s, when this area was starting to be developed, the way they sold it, and this is a little bit shady, the developers came in, a lot of them ended up going into prison. It's a whole interesting scandal. But they would sell to up north, and they named the areas around here in a way they thought they could market better. So they thought it sounded, if you were in a landlocked, in the Midwest somewhere, port sounded really nifty and waterfronty. So that's how Port Charlotte got to be Port Charlotte. Number 3, is everybody old there? Now, as a realtor, I can't get into demographics. I'm sure you can do a little research online and find out. But I always think when people are asking me this, they're afraid that everybody's sitting in their house and knitting all day and not getting out. And I can tell you, I personally have friends of all ages, and I can also tell you, I know a lot of 80-year-olds who run circles around my younger friends and myself sometimes. I'm hoping as I get older, I'll be the one running circles around everyone. But if you're worried about activity, you're really moving here because you want to get out and you want to be active, play pickleball, play tennis, play golf, go for walks, do all the things. That is why a lot of people move here. Almost all of my customers move here, not because of the houses. I would like to say that's true, and not exactly even because of the waterfront. Certainly that is an aspect, but they want to do something with the waterfront. Number 4, why is the water in the canals and the harbor brown? Is it dirty? It is brackish water. The brown color comes from the tannins of the mangroves and other plants. It's kind of the same concept of tea, hot tea. I do not think of it as dirty because of that. I think of it as seeped in nature. It's kind of a hokey way of putting it, but you see what I'm saying. Number 5, can you drink the water from the tap? Now, this is a little bit controversial in the sense that, of course, there are always people who feel there are more chemicals in our water than others, and I'm not going to get into that. Mostly people are asking me about the taste. I grew up with the water here, so to me it tastes fine, but I certainly have had customers who tell me they do not like the taste. It is hard water. If you like hard water, you're gonna be fine with it. If you don't like hard water, you're gonna want a water softener. Number 6, is there a beach? I have a whole video on this, but I'm gonna tell you right now in a nutshell, no. There is a geological beach you'll see on a map, but it's probably not what you're looking for. If you're wondering, well, if there's no beach, why do people move there, or does that make it bad for resale? I would say no. We get a lot of people who want to move here. It kind of makes it a niche market for people who want to be close to the water but don't want to deal with the cost and the excessive tourism of being too close to a beach. Usually in Charlotte County, you're about 30 to 45 minutes from a beach, depending on where you end up. The county is big enough, it's hard for me to give you an exact number, but 30 to 45 minutes. Number 7, how seasonal is it? Are there seasons? As far as seasons weather-wise goes, we often joke that we have wet and dry season. The summer, which runs, I would say, from May to October, is wet season, and then the rest is winter, 70 degrees out and a little bit drier. So that's the seasons. As far as seasonal people coming down here, In the dry season, more people are down here than the wet season. Real estate runs a little bit differently. Real estate seasons January through April-ish. You do see people down here a little bit longer than that, and all of that busy season seems to be getting longer every year. Number 8, are most of the homes made of block? Yes, they are. Often when people see wood frame houses, they think, well, this won't be able to withstand a good storm. I'm not here to tell you any house can or can't. However, most of the wood frame houses are the 100-year-old houses downtown. Number 9, what's the big open space in downtown Punta Gorda? That we call City Marketplace. When I was a kid, it was the grocery store. It was a Publix with a couple of other stores, like what would now be a small strip mall. It got damaged in 2004 and was torn down in after Hurricane Charlie. It is a privately owned piece of land. There are always fights in town and people with theories on what they should do with it. And usually when they say they mean the city. The city does have its opinion on it, but ultimately it is currently privately owned. Number 10, and this is probably the biggest question I get, is it hard to meet people? Is it hard to make friends? I'm gonna go with no, it's very easy. Most people move here in the same boat. They don't know a lot of people. Often they're not working anymore, or they're working from home, or not working as much. They might not have kids in school. They are looking to meet people. It is a very friendly place. I am from here. It's the rarity. I sometimes meet people who are shocked that I'm from here. So if you're moving down here and you're like, well, how am I gonna make friends? Leave your house. That's my tip. Go for a walk in the morning, go for a walk in the evening, pet a dog, take a class. Everything is set up in town for you. This is what the community is built around, people who want to get out and make friends. I hope that helps you. If you have any other questions, if there's any I missed, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next week.